A lot of trauma can come from being passed down, parenting out of brokenness. I'm here to say we cannot parent out of brokenness. And if you are a child that is experiencing a ridiculous parent, I mean ridiculous, they're not even logical on any level, well, this is the perfect video for you. Stay tuned. My name is Cyrus Ausar, and my mission is to embody the emotion of overcoming. I believe we all fight battles we hide from the world. My objective is to help you win those battles through perspective. Stay tuned. A tough thing with trauma is parenting out of brokenness. Oftentimes, we haven't overcame our trauma. And as we get to our adulthood, we pass it down. And we try to force our kids into things to give them a way out because we didn't overcome our issues. Let me give you an example. This person plays sports. He wanted to go to the NFL. It did not work out for him. He blamed it on his coach. And he said, well, the coach did me wrong. If it wasn't for this, I could have made it. I could have made it, I'm telling you. So what happens? He takes that hurt and he gives it to his child. Now he overdoes it with his child. I'm about to get you here. I'm about to push you. But he never even questioned if his child wanted to do it. He's trying to live through his child. Now I'm using sports as an example because it's easily understood. But this same thing can happen in various forms of trauma, where a woman had her father leave when she were young. Now with men, she trying to teach her kids, you know what? Ain't no man gonna do you like I'm gonna always be there for you. They pass that trauma down because that's what happened to them. And they start parenting from that brokenness. We have to correct this, and there's many ways to do so. So I'm gonna get there in a second. But what I'm saying is, when you're broken, you don't have to pass that down because your ego is out of line. I should have made it to the NBA. I should have made it to the NFL. I should have that. I should do that. You know what? You gonna have it. And I'm gonna push you to it to a point that you break. Now you have resentment. And you may have had that happen with your parents where you like, man, my parents, they keep pushing me on stuff I don't even want to do. I don't even want to talk to them. And that's an issue. And that's passing it down over and over and over again because you won't realize you picked it up and you giving it to your kids. You didn't even correct what got done to you. So that's what I'm saying. But there's ways we can get around this. Here goes a solution. And I often say this in these videos is we have to internally reflect. We have to write down some of our issues and attack it head on one by one, little brick by little brick to build a wall. I did not make it to the NBA. I hated my coach. I did this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I get it. Now you want your kid to make it to the NBA to show everybody that, look, I told you I would have made it. Okay. So one thing we have to address is the ego. Our dreams aren't what everybody else wants. If you're a parent and you listening to it, your child may not want what you want. Now, you can guide them and make sure they're secure, make sure they're happy, make sure they got the things that they need. You can put them in certain things, but you can't force them into a life. It's not going to work in the long term. It typically never works in the long term. So that's what I'm saying. That's one solution, is looking into yourself and trying your best to be a better version of yourself day in, day out, so you can break some of those generational curses. You can start breaking some of those things, and then you can pass down the new version to your child. And as a child, it's a challenging thing because I know you like, man, my parents is illogical. I got to get away from them. I hate them. But when that resentment bubble in you, it starts to manifest into your personality. And you'll start to become that person towards everybody. And you will subconsciously start picking up the habits of your parents, and you become them later on in life. And I've talked to so many people that had that epiphany where they be like, man, I became my parents. I became my dad. I became my mom as much as I hated them. It's because that hate manifests and then it starts to spill into our personality. So I'm here to say this. When you're a child, there's not much you can do right now, unfortunately. But you have to add a little perspective onto it. And this is, I hate even saying this to a degree because it's extremely challenging. You're going through it and you're like, I'm not trying to add no perspective to this, but it's necessary for your future. My mom was on drugs. My dad was selling them. I did all that as well. And I had some resentment and some hatred towards them. But what I did was get away from crack. I got away from drugs. I got away from it all because I was conscious of it and I didn't have a hate behind it. Because then I would have brought it in and started distributing like I seen other family members do. So that's what I'm saying. When parents is parenting you out of brokenness, it doesn't mean that you have to become them. It doesn't mean that you have to hate them and pick up the same things that they do. And the same thing as a parent. At this point, you can decide today, you know what? I'm about to start getting rid of some of these things that has broken me. My dad wasn't in my life. My mom wasn't in my life. I was an alcoholic. That's fine. We can start fixing that stuff day in, day out. Right now, we can get a journal. Let's write out all those issues. We can number them according to the severity of it. So, okay, my dad wasn't in my life. Let's say you circle that with a 1. How do we get over that? Make some steps. Reach out to some people. Get a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a life coach, somebody that is uplifting. Build your circle around you. Now, I'm saying this quickly. It's not easy. I'm saying it quickly for the sake of this video, but that's what I'm saying. We have to figure out ways to be better than we were yesterday and apply that mentality every day. Thank you for taking out the time to watch this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. You can get a shirt, or I'm not wearing a hat today, but you can get one of my hats in the description box below. Also, reach out to me on social media. I look forward to conversing with you on social media or in the comments. Thank you.